So as a part of introduction, I lead life sciences globally, part of the industry business unit, belongs to the industry organization. I'm based out of Newtown Square headquarters in North America, and been with the company for 20 plus years. So today I'm going to cover three things. Primarily, what are the new business models, what we see changes happening in the market based on current COVID situation, explain the industry cloud strategy, how our customers are adjusting and adapting based on how SAP is going to deliver life science portfolio of solutions. And then we can talk about any question answers based on how you see the strategy. Okay.
Thank you.
So when you look at this challenge, currently there are a lot of disruption happening in the value chain, and supply chain, we see unpredictable demand. So in order to meet the supplies, to manage customer expectations, what are the new business models around targeted therapies, personalized medicine, how the capacity available can help meet this new business processes, I would say. So when we look at how to address the challenge, at high level, three things. One is about patient centricity, patient proximity, how to manage personalization. We live and breathe regulatory pressures, and there are different regulations in different topics. But going forward, we see networks taking a bigger role. Our vision for the next 5 years is to be prepared, put the right building blocks in place to get towards personalized medicine at scale and service. Today, it's all about managing cost, reducing the risk mitigation, and also improving the customer outcomes to focus on profitability. When you look at the strategic priorities on the SAP side, it boils down to how do we really have applications to improve the customer outcomes? What are we doing to compete as an ecosystem when we see various network plays? And from a supply chain perspective, it's about Industry 4.0. What are we doing from Smart Factory? So when you look at the three things, improving customer outcomes, how to manage the ecosystem with the help of networks, and the Smart Factory. So what we see is traditionally in ECC, as ERP days, typically customer had certain best practices, how they manage the shop floor, how they did the procurement, sourcing. And now we see next practices to meet the new business models. And with network strategy, we see evolving into a vertical edge scenarios, where it can be reimbursements, outcome-based improvements, trust-based relationship through the networks. So what we are seeing in the marketplace happening is a simple example of targeted therapy as a topic.
On the networks,
yeah,
most of your network, like Ariba and Concur and so on, tend to be horizontal, right? Have you developed any life sciences specific networks?
Yes, that is one network called as Information Collaboration Hub. It is used to primarily distribute serialized items, managing track and trace. So we have a product called as Advanced Track and Trace for Pharma, which is a repository to meet lot level distribution. And as we gear toward Digital Supply Chain Act for 2023 item level serialization, this network is the foundation to distribute the products and meet country regulatory needs. Okay. Does that answer your question?
Yep.
Sounds good. So when you look at the industry business models and the processes we talked about, this is a new business process around targeted therapy. We see a lot of cell gene drugs in the portfolio of big biopharmas. And in this process talks about a best practice about how to take the data from third-party hospital systems, bring it into SAP for managing the logistics supply chain. Now, what we see going forward is...
So the customer-facing side, patient side, is in some clinical system, not in SAP?
So on the patient-facing side, it will be third-party hospital systems that manage the patient data that needs to be interfaced for these scenarios so that you can schedule the patient appointments and accordingly bring the right items so that you can capture the patient's blood, and then according to the lab reports, you can trigger the manufacturing. So think about a scenario that you need this drug to be delivered in 3 weeks' time. And it is critical to have an orchestration portal how to collaborate with third parties, and then actual manufacturing might take 10, 12 days. But this whole process is about reducing the cost and the cycle time.
And what in that chain you described, does SAP only do the recipe and the manufacturing? What does it do in that entire cycle?
So in the entire cycle, SAP does all the things in the middle, starting with planning, sourcing, manufacturing, and distribution. We still need to interface with third-party hospital systems to capture any site enrollment and patient data. Now we are coming up with a clinical supply management product where we can distribute the product in clinical supply chain, just like your commercial supply chain in this case. Okay, but we still need to work with certain third parties when it comes to clinical and hospital systems.
Okay.
And then we do support manufacturing, we support cold chain. There is certain co-innovations we are working with some customers as we get example of clinical supplies with Roche as a co-innovation. We already did a press release. Eventually, as the portfolio unfolds, we'll share more about it. But what I wanted to talk about today is this industry cloud strategy from SAP.
On the cold chain in the last year, what did you help support? Because that was a massive and very complex operation, right?
Mm-hmm. So cold chain business processes have been in SAP with respect to the backend for several years. But now we are doing is how to put a portal in order to keep track of time out of refrigeration and temperature. Now, we will work with certain co-innovation customers to come out with an industry portfolio item in order to meet end-to-end needs of customers. That means if customers have third-party sensors, there has to be certain APIs to talk to these third party. We'll maintain some data in SAP.
This is something
you'll also share through analytics portal. Okay.
So this is a future thing. You didn't help companies with the whole the cold chain around, especially the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines as much last year.
So currently customers are using third-party tools to manage tactical initiatives to help COVID distribution.
Okay.
And what we are looking with these customers is how to put an end-to-end story that can manage their global needs. In this case, we leverage the investments they have done with existing sensor vendors, but we are putting a solution currently working with certain customers to solve their pain points. It's not released yet.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds good. So if you look at this industry cloud strategy, at the foundation, there is technology platform, which basically is used to build applications. And in the middle section, you see Intelligent Suite, which is the next generation ECC, ERP, where there will be some new capabilities released every year. But what is important is this industry cloud strategy, which we released at Sapphire earlier, mid of the year, which talks about solutions from SAP as well as solutions from the partners. So just like we have Apple Store, we have now SAP Store, where a lot of the partner solutions are released and our customers can leverage those based on how they see the right fit. So in this example, what you see—
How many partners do you have now?
There are a lot of partners in SAP Store. What you see, few examples listed here, but there are definitely more coming on board and in double digits.
Okay.
What is important is it's a growth model where we try to address by industry what are the new things the partners are releasing. There are different levels of partnership. So it will be interesting to see how customers start leveraging those from the SAP Store. And then we can provide additional level of integration based on customer expectations. But in this slide, what you see is some example of SAP solutions like enterprise product development, which is the next generation PLM. There are certain capabilities of product lifecycle management inside S4, and also this new development happening for enterprise product development. And then in the intelligent clinical supply management is also industry specific that we'll be releasing next year. Whereas on the top line, you see that few examples of partner solutions like clinical trial platform, there is UDI platform. So these partners are also working on their branded solutions that will be on their paper, but we are promoting them through the SAP store. And the topmost layer is talking about how to really network with additional business partners in the value chain. So one example, I already explained about serialization called as Information Collaboration Hub. And there is more potential areas to integrate the line of business applications that you talked about. It can be a logistics business network or as an asset intelligence network that can be eventually connected with life science applications.
So on the Apple Store, yeah, I'm sure you go to HIMSS every year, right? When you go to HIMSS, you see the enterprise software vendors are small kiosks or booths compared to the Cerners and the McKessons and so on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the Apple Store ever becoming like HIMSS, that populated, or are you managing it tightly?
So right now, this is the first year where we see partner applications. It's managed tightly. There are various programs, various certification levels to meet the customer expectations. But in the long run, we see this as a growth engine because SAP will certainly consider certain areas in our value map published on the website. But those areas where we see a lot of white spaces, we rely on partner ecosystem. And we encourage a lot of partners to publish the apps that can be consumed by the customers. Okay, does that answer your question?
Yeah, I mean, this has historically been an opportunity, but enterprise software vendors have never done a good job with these stores, right? When you compare it to the iOS store or the Android store or even the Microsoft store, enterprise software vendors have somehow never been able to get vibrant. So hopefully you'll do a better job this time around.
And you're right. I mean, it's easier to broadcast a technology through a store. However, when it comes to business processes, the customer expects certain integration with the backend. And that's what we encourage with this ecosystem so that the intelligent suite is the core part of the S/4HANA capabilities that can be consumed in these partner apps. And then the whole thing, we call it as intelligent enterprise because it consists of the platform as well as the network. So I think we got very good feedback, positive signs from customers, how they see. We still need to evolve and then deliver to meet the customer's expectations in the next few months as the apps will be consumed from the store. Okay. So any specific questions from your side based on one business process example you saw, you heard the challenges and the trends and this strategy before we go any further?
No, please keep going. I'm sorry, I keep asking as you go along, if you don't mind.
So we can share this analyst deck with you. It has few examples of what is available today from partners, from SAP. And simple example of clinical supply management. Just wanted to share more details with you. So think about traditional ERP with certain commercial supply chain capabilities. But now what we are doing is the manufacturing distribution modules will still be on top of S/4. But what we are building in the cloud modules is on top of our business technology platform, clinical study management. So how to take the data from clinical protocol, put it into this SAP's object in the cloud, and then help the planning of those supplies. So traditionally, our IBP and other tools might have commercial algorithms, but for clinical, patient enrollment is important. So wherever needed, you have to interface with third party, and then the cloud modules of this application will be helpful to integrate tightly with our own S/4 modules. So that's how we want to release this entire intelligent clinical supply management to our customers that can help the S/4HANA initiatives look into synergies between clinical and commercial, and they can have a value with this solution. So that is the starting point working with Roche. How to
what if somebody doesn't have S/4HANA? If they stay with ECC or if they have another ERP,
Sure.
How effective would the surround strategy be?
So we definitely have the modules in the cloud with HANA Cloud integration. So there'll be certain APIs that will be available. However, if the customer wants to interface with third party, there'll be a consulting project, and we will educate our partner ecosystems to be ready with what SAP is going to deliver so that they can meet the customer's expectation. So we expect that as customers upgrade from ECC to S4, this will really help their business cases. But if they still have a backend which is not on the latest version, there'll be still some project-based needs to be managed in order to meet their expectations. Does that answer your question?
It does, but what if somebody has a non-SAP backend?
Mm-hmm.
How useful? I mean, some of the new modules you'll deliver in the cloud could be interesting, but how complicated will the integration be?
So some of the small mid-sized companies, if they still have Oracle or even some sites of bigger pharmas, the option is open. I mean, the APIs that we want to provide for the cloud modules, the whole idea is to keep the core clean. That means the digital core, which is the core S4 HANA. In the past, some third parties build bolt-ons and customize it, which causes delays to the upgrades. So the idea is, whether it is cloud modules, we still provide APIs and adapters to help the customers integrate, but there'll be some project services cost associated with that additional work. But we definitely from our side provide the integration touch points needed to manage customer expectation.
Okay.
To start with, all right? Sounds good. So with this example, just wanted to share with you what are the different apps on the partners working on the SAP store. So we try to look at the value chain and try to manage, as your earlier question, right? How many? It's a growing list. This deck might have few links when we started mid of the year, but when you look at search on the SAP store for life sciences, you will see much more response from additional partners as well. Hopefully this gives you a high level idea as to which areas of the value chain we are seeing customers. It can be working with certain partners, and partners are gravitating towards area where they see business growth. Okay, that's how we see.
Is there anything in the revenue management area? Compliance?
For the revenue management, we are already working with a strategic partner called Vistex, which is on SAP solution extension.
Okay.
And we are working through their roadmap as to how do we manage overall chargeback, rebates, and certain new capabilities on their roadmap as to bids and tenders.
Okay.
But we are always encouraging other partners who want to invest in certain areas, and we'll be happy to work with them to see what is the new ideas on the revenue management side. Does that answer your question?
Yep.
Sounds good. So this is the topic we just touched base briefly, talking about information collaboration hub. And there's a customer which provides a story. You can look at those links. But essentially, this is the hub to manage the data across multiple countries when we submit to the regulatory agencies. And it's the readiness for item level serialization for 2023. So you can look at more details, how this repository is tapped into working with wholesale and the retail. Okay. So a few examples of certain partners in clinical, in cold chain, that Deloitte has put an application together. And even though we will come up with our own apps, we still encourage the partner apps because flexibility and scalability is important. We're working with Tenpin as our strategic advisor on this Roche co-innovation as well as other areas as well. So just wanted to share one story about Rise. Hillrom is a mid-sized company in the Midwest, and they're looking at the future of device as a service, service-based billing. So earlier in the strategy, you saw that intelligent enterprise consists of intelligent suite. And this is a great example of a private cloud enterprise leveraged from SAP. And then some partners are helping, working with certain hyperscalers. So it's a good summary of how the strategy is coming to life with SAP offerings from S4HANA, as well as certain partner solutions that can augment certain capabilities and complement our portfolio. Okay.
The Deloitte portion, was that their services also, or just a solution they have for cold chain?
I mean, they are definitely in services business primarily, as you know.
But your RISE package, did you include the services or just the solution?
So primarily, this was services from Deloitte using SAP's RISE capability.